Annyeonghaseyo. Hi everyone, this is Ariel, one half of Soju for Two, and this is my day 54 video. It's Sunday here in Seoul, and I want to tell you about my weekend. My internet has been really annoying. I've had internet for like a minute and then it dies, and I've had the technician here twice and he can't figure out what's wrong, so please bear with me on uploading my videos. It might just take a little while. So I want to tell you what I did this weekend. So on Friday after school, I met up with my friend Tina Whoo. Check out her YouTube channel, I'll put it down here. And we spent like 6 or 7 hours walking through Dongdaemun, which is sort of like a garment district here in Seoul. So when you come to Seoul, there's two Dongdaemun subway stops. There's Dongdaemun History and Culture Park and Dongdaemun. So if you want to go shopping, you want to go to Dongdaemun. Dongdaemun History and Culture Park has a lot of like palace, used to be the gates for the palaces for Seoul and things like that. But it's a very, very cool area, and you can sort of shop around. So we went, and what we first didn't realize is that everyone sort of tells you to go shopping in Dongdaemun. But I think what people miss out telling you is that a lot of the major, very large buildings are actually full of wholesale shopping. So if you don't know what the difference between wholesale and retail is, and I've done this for about 12 years selling retail, so I know a lot about wholesale, is that you can buy in bulk and the clothing is much cheaper if you're buying 12 pieces at a time. What I've noticed, the way you can tell if you're in a wholesale building, is that you'll see lots of people with little pads of paper, and what they're doing is they're writing down the style numbers and how many they want, and then they give the person behind the counter the sheet, they pack it all up, and they pay for it. So it's something we didn't realize at first that was going on. What's basically also interesting is that basically during the day, up until about 10 o'clock at night, you have regular retail shopping. And then at 10 o'clock, most of the wholesalers open up. Now there are different shops that are open that are retail at night. You just sort of have to find them. And the big indicator is whether or not there are giant bags all over the floor of the building and around the building, because those giant bags are the shipments, the orders that they're going to be sending to their businesses. So that's the way to keep them, to sort of tell if it's retail or wholesale. Now wholesale, sometimes they might sell you a piece, but usually they'll say no because they don't want to just sell like one piece at a time. And this is not how they work. So you can sometimes get away with it, but most of the time they'll say no, so it can be frustrating. So the one that I recommend, there's a bunch of them that are retail, that are open really late. The first one was Maxstyle, and the second one is Doota, Doota, I'll put it here. And there's a couple others that we saw that we really liked, but these were great. They're sort of giant, kind of like department stores, but really, really cheap. So imagine like a giant Forever 21 with tons of different shops, really great styles, and it's very cheap. Now some things that aren't cheap are like winter jackets right now. Winter jackets here, in the cheaper places, not department stores, that we found in Dongdaemun, can go up to about 200, and it was just still pretty reasonable for giant like down jackets. They do have styles that are more or less expensive, and I would say that like my friend Tina got a great jacket that was under 200, but like full down, gonna keep her really warm in the winter here. So shopping is just really, really cool. I didn't buy very much. The only thing I bought was a Halloween costume, which isn't like a costume at all. It's just a really pretty white dress that I can wear again after Halloween, because I didn't really want to buy a costume that I would never wear again. So that's what I bought, and I'll show it to you on Friday. And so just keep that in mind about Dongdaemun. There is great shopping, but you need to find it. And the wholesale, retail thing can be a little confusing at first. So if you have more questions, let me know. Also in Dongdaemun, you'll see a lot of knockoffs. This is, I want to keep in mind for all my tourist friends out there. Coming from New York, I know things are knockoffs if they're on the street, but I think a lot of tourists think that, oh, it might be real for some reason, I'm not sure why. And it's like one thing if you just accept that it's a knockoff and you want to buy it, then that's whatever you want to do, but they are knockoffs. If you see Louis Vuitton on the street, it's not real. If they're selling it for 50,000 won, $50, it's not real. So keep that in mind, guys. If you want to buy it, sure, go buy it, but just sometimes foreigners or tourists think that they're getting a good deal, but they're not. Okay, and then yesterday, which was Saturday, we went to Nami Island, so Nami-sam, and this is such a cool place. So if you've seen Winter Sonata, this drama made Nami Island famous. So apparently, in the drama, whenever they're like on a bike and they're on the island, it's like no one's around them. It's not like that anymore. Because of the drama, it's extremely packed all the time, but it's really beautiful. And I hadn't heard too much of it before I decided I was looking at places that I wanted to go, and it just looked beautiful. So to get to the island, you have to take subway or a shuttle bus. Now the shuttle bus you have to reserve ahead of time, so you can find that online. And you can also take the subway. It's on the Gray Line, which isn't a part of the subway. It's technically its own sort of rail line, but you can get to it from line 7 at Moku, I'll write it down here, and also from Sambyong. So those two stations you can connect to the Gray Line and go up to Nami Island. And it's outside of Seoul, so you're technically in another province. But it's about it's a long. Even though the subway line looks really small, it takes a long time. So it takes about 45 minutes from the start of the Gray Line to the end where you're going. And for me, from Sinchon, it takes about an hour and 45 minutes. So keep that in mind, your travel time. Then you get to the station. There's a taxi line right out front. You want to go to the taxi line right away because you're going to wait there for a pretty long time. We probably waited for about 15 to 20 minutes, but it was good because we were waiting for people that came in, so it was no problem. But when you're on that, in the taxi line, the reason why you can also take a bus, but it's just a lot longer and it seems a little bit more confusing. So the taxi, even if you wait 15 minutes, it's no big deal, but it's only like a $3 ride, so really reasonable. If you have more than a couple people, totally worth it. So once you get to the ferry spot, that's when you're going to get your visa. And this is the cool thing about Nami Island. So they have what they call, they made their own republic, and they call it Naminara Republic. And it's really fun. They have their own currency, and but of course you can use regular money. And they just have lots of fun things that they do. So we were there during a sort of festival weekend. So there was live music and an art concert. But this is a picture of the island. And you take a 5-minute ferry. It's really, really quick. And then once you get there, and it's 8,000 won, which is like $8 for the ferry and the admission fee. That's all you pay for that. I would say though that on the island, for pretty much everything, like from food to water, it's a little more expensive than other places we've been. They really get the tourist prices most of the time. Even like Latte World or Everland, the prices were still really reasonable. But I would say Nami Island a little bit more expensive on the food side. We got pizza, and it was like $20 a pizza, and it wasn't very, very big. So I would say that's more expensive. While we were on the island, it's so beautiful. We walked around. We rented tandem bikes. We ate lunch, and it's just like so scenic and beautiful. Other things you can do, you can go on the swan boats. You can, I think, go canoeing. There's speed boats you can do. You just walk around. You can bring lunch. It's a really beautiful place. And I would say bringing lunch would be a really good idea because it's a little more expensive, the food on the island. And they have you there, and they can charge you whatever they want, which I understand. And then we got to see free concerts. We got to see rock concert and like a punk concert. And they were like indie bands and really cool, very cute. So it was a great day for us. I think it was awesome. And then today, I'm actually meeting one of my coworkers in about an hour to pick up my bedding. I'm getting new bedding that my school bought for me, and I think like a new comforter and like a teapot or something else that they got me. And then after that, I'm going to a language exchange in Hapjeong, which is it's a couple stops from my house, so it's awesome, very convenient. And it's a couple hours where we're going to meet like Koreans, and we can practice our Korean, and they can practice their English. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'll tell you about how that goes. I just hope it's fun and not too serious, because it's definitely more stressful when you're trying to speak another language. I'm also doing my laundry. I've done 2 loads already today, so it's been very, very busy. And I should be putting up my nail tutorial video today or tomorrow because my nails have officially cracked. So it's ready for new nail polish. And I'll put up a video of Nami Island, and I'm still going to put up my video from Lantern Festival. I'm sorry it took so long, guys, but I'll put it up as soon as I can. Bye, guys.